We are very pleased to be honoring Bill Nelson with the Teresa Rabideau Award for Volunteer Excellence. So I actually had the pleasure of working with Teresa. The work that she did, the dedication, the passion, I think when she got sick and that she continued to work through that even when she was sick. I think she worked on cases right until she went into hospice, which I think, a lot of volunteers wouldn't do. And that's why I think it's so important that we continue to acknowledge and call out those volunteers who do the work that Teresa did and continue to do that work year after year.
Bill is such an obvious choice for this award. He is such a delightful individual. He has a gentleness and a calming presence that I think is an asset to any sort of team, especially in a social work field.
Because he had just taken a case a couple months, I think, before that with me. And it was just one of those cases that was really tough. And he just jumped headfirst into it. And that's kind of who I've known him to be. And just every case that I've had him on, he has made a significant difference. He's an amazing guy.
Bill is a delight. First of all, he just has a wonderful attitude. He seems to be able to look on the bright side about things and just be upbeat. And in this job, we hear so many things that are heavy and difficult, and to have somebody with that kind of attitude is really special.
As a volunteer, Bill he's authentic. He just shows up with his true self and tries to build a relationship with his older youth. I think that relationship piece with Bill, when he's working with older youth, they know it's authentic. They can feel his genuine support and kindness when they interact. And I think that makes an impact on our older youth.
In this specific case that Bill is a volunteer on for an older youth who has experienced a lot of trauma, been through a lot of closed doors, and it's a case where I think a lot of people would have looked at the basic details of the case and probably turned around and walked away. It's a very difficult case. Bill has stuck his hand in that door and not let anybody close it on him, and he continues to look for and fight for housing and resources for an older youth that doesn't have very many people fighting for him.
I've been a CASA volunteer for about 8 years now. I was blessed with a safe and loving home. When a friend and associate of my wife's invited us to a Light of Hope breakfast years ago, what I thought was a normal childhood, I learned is not for everyone. And I was just shocked at the number of kids in foster care. The number of kids that are removed because of abuse and neglect, I couldn't even fathom that. And I wanted to be a part of something that helped change that. The team with my case supervisor and the children's guardian ad litem worked very closely together. My role is to get to know the children, to really get to know them. Concerns, joys, questions, and I've always been had so much support from the rest of the team. But my role is know the kids. I try to approach my work with children with love. I think every child deserves to be safe. They deserve to be loved. And if I can be just a small part of helping the child find that and get back to that, it's worth every bit of time I spend on it.
If I get emotional even thinking about the impact that Bill has, I can only imagine how the kids feel. So to Bill, I just want to say, we love you, we appreciate you, and we couldn't do what we do without people like Bill. And we do a tough job. We all do in this field. And to see somebody who does it on their own time, on their own dime, their own intrinsic motivation, to make the impact that he does is a really incredible thing to see.